Imagine living in a home where the very walls seem to whisper secrets, where the shadows dance just out of sight, and where the air is thick with unsettling presence. This is the story of Christy, a young woman who faced inexplicable phenomena in her seemingly ordinary apartment. Every creak, every whisper, and every unsettling knock sent chills down her spine. What happened in that apartment would leave her questioning her sanity and the very nature of reality. Hello. I am Erudai, and welcome to Moonskull. If you're looking for tales of horror, the paranormal, sci-fi, and the unexplained, then you are in the right place. I'll tell you 4,000 wonderful fear addicts, as well as the 30% closet horror buffs who still have not subscribed, the story of Christy in just a moment. But first, let me show you how you can show us your support. If you enjoy our spine-tingling tales and want to keep the nightmares coming, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. You can support us by using the donation link on the screen, which can be found in the description of the video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the wild stories from the unknown. So now, let's get back to Christy's unsettling story. The story begins with Christy, a young woman in her late teens living in an apartment that seemed normal at first glance. But as the days turned into weeks, she began to notice strange occurrences that would shake her sense of reality. At the heart of these events was a profound feeling of isolation, especially on days when her family was away. But as the days turned into weeks, she began to notice strange occurrences that would shake her very sense of reality. At the heart of these events was a profound feeling of isolation, especially on the days when her family was away. Every time her mom and sister left for their shopping trips, Christy would hear it. The jingling of keys at the front door, the click of the lock, and the familiar sound of her family returning home. The dogs would rush to the door, barking eagerly, as if welcoming someone they loved. But each time Christy would get up to greet them, she found herself met with silence. No one was home. As time passed, she brushed off these occurrences as her imagination, but the unease continued to linger. As her mom underwent surgery and stayed at her parents' house to heal, Christy took her dog for a walk one day. When she returned, she was met with the unmistakable sound of her mom's voice, a calm reassurance telling the dog to stop barking. "Shelby, stop barking," she had heard. But as she rushed to her mom's room, hoping for a surprise reunion, she found it empty. The silence that followed was deafening, leaving her heart racing with confusion and fear. Why did I hear that? She wondered, haunted by the disembodied voice. Days turned into weeks, and one afternoon, Christy began to feel ill. Seeking comfort, she lay on her bed with a banana, hoping to feel better. But as soon as she settled in, a strange knocking echoed from within the walls. It was rhythmic and familiar, mirroring the sound she had made just moments earlier with her own knuckles. Panicked, she called her sister in tears. "Something's happening. I don't know what it is," she professed. But just as she hung up, the knocking stopped. Her sister arrived, but as soon as she opened the front door, everything fell silent again. After her sister left, Christy returned to her room, and then she heard it again. Christy stood frozen, her heart pounding, and as she stepped towards her closet, she heard one last definitive knock, a sound that sent chills down her spine. Months later, after rearranging her bedroom, Christy created a cozy reading nook leaning against her closet door with a blanket wrapped around her. But every time she settled in to read, she felt it. The unmistakable sensation of claws dragging down the inside of the closet door, resonating against her back. And each time it happened, she felt her heart race, and the sensation would vanish as quickly as it came. What could possibly be in there, she thought, trying to rationalize the noises, but the fear never truly left. Finally, she moved her bed against the closet as if to block whatever presence resided within. As she lay in bed one night, right at the edge with her hand dangling over, a loud bang erupted in the room. It was like someone had punched the dresser. Startled, she jumped back, her heart racing, and a few moments later, her bed began to vibrate violently, sending her into a panic. Then one night, she experienced something that would chill her to the bone. It was just after getting home, she was speaking with a neighbor when they revealed something shocking. "I saw an old man standing behind you in the window last night. Who was that?" the neighbor asked. Confused, Christy explained there was no one else in the house but her. And then late one night, she woke to the sound of her bedroom door creaking open. Groggy and confused, she turned to look, and to her horror, she saw a skeletal hand reaching into her room, almost as if it were trying to beckon her closer. It moved slowly, deliberately, stopping halfway to the elbow before withdrawing. Terrified, she whispered to her dog, "Go look in the hall," and her loyal companion sprang into action, bounding out of bed and into the hallway. Christy's heart raced as she bolted up, slamming the door shut and locking it tight. In the morning, she confronted her sister, asking why she had snuck into her room last night. Her sister, looking bewildered, replied, "I haven't been downstairs since I did laundry yesterday." Christy realized they were the only two people in the house, so who else could it have been? The supernatural occurrences continued, with her daughter waking up from sleep with terrifying screams that would leave Christy shaken. And as her daughter pointed towards the attic, whispering about something upstairs, it became clear that whatever was haunting their home was growing bolder. Eventually, Christy finally moved out of this place, went into a new home, resettled her family, and from that moment on, they never heard the sounds again. And there you have it, folks. A tale of shadows, lost voices, and unsettling experiences that can linger long after we think we've moved on. What do you think Christy experienced at her home? Could it have been a reflection of her fears, or was it something more sinister? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you want more of this kind of wild, paranormal, real-life madness, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe, because we've got plenty more where that came from. I'm Erudai, and until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and remember, sometimes the scariest things are the ones we can't explain.